It's a beautiful change. A change. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Said he changed my walk and he changed my tongue. Anybody grateful for Jesus? Thank you for changing me. Resurrection done, but you saved me. Wonderful change has come over me. Wonderful change. I'm so glad about it. Has come over me. Yes, it has. Me. Can somebody clap your hands if you're so glad about a change?
Greetings, brothers and sisters. I'm so glad to see you once again as we've reached now day 3 of our fast and a journey that we're going through, and prayerfully that God is blessing you as we go. We've reached our study for Psalms 51. Psalm 51 is a gracious and great study for us to look into, to determine many things. It's one to look into, especially during our time of fasting and praying. What an excellent lesson, because it takes us to where David actually is. It's a practical psalm. That's what I love about it. It's practical. It gives us insight on how to get up when we have been knocked down spiritually. And so I thought that was an excellent choice of readings for our continued study during this time of fasting. This psalm signifies for us and describes a believer who has lost everything: his purity, his joy, his witness, and even his peace. And one who comes to himself and says, listen, God, I need thee. As we go through this time of psalm praise, psalms of study, and even this time of fasting, it's awfully good to understand some principles that I think David brings out to us that will help us along our way. David gives us some steps of how to get up when we have been knocked down spiritually. First of all, there's confrontation. He confronts his sins. Listen, if you want to make this a meaningful time in your life of fasting as you pray, confront your own sins. Not so much someone else's sins, but it's a time of confrontation, because confrontation has consequences. David shows us, he confronts it. I like the fact that David does not put his sins and blame on anyone else. David says, it's me, O Lord. I need you. Have mercy upon me. But then he has confession. David confesses again that his sins are many, and allows us to know that our sins, we cannot go to God and approach him in such a way that it looks like we're doing God a favor, when in fact God is doing us a favor. David confronts his sins, then he confesses his sins, and then he is asking for the Lord to consecrate him. If you don't do anything else during this time of study, during this time of renewal, use this time to confront, which is conviction, to confess, and then to consecrate. The Lord will bless you, and the Lord be with you is our prayer. David says some other things, but I think that just gives us impetus to go into further many of the things that David asked the Lord to give him in Psalm 51. David seeks his mercy. He asked his cleansing. He asked for more of God to show himself to him. And again, this will be a great thing for us to do. during this time of fasting and praying. The Lord bless you, and the Lord be with you is our particular prayer for this day. I pray God's continued strength upon you as you go.